Alright, what's going on, everybody? This is Z3 here, back to a brand new video. Week 4 of our college football recap, where we go over real life college football and the games, the top 25, as well as really popular teams. They late on the upload, but it's whatever. Let's go ahead and kick it off here. Illinois versus Nebraska. Nebraska, people thought they were back. Dylan Raiola is definitely the best quarterback they've had in a long time. But Illinois ends up winning. Illinois is undefeated. They win in overtime. I didn't really watch the game, but cool. This is the game I went to. I actually was in Austin for this Texas versus ULM Monroe game. It was my first time seeing a Texas home game. Sorry, a Texas home and night game with all the lights and stuff that since they've done the expansions and upgrades to the stadium. It was really cool. They blew out UL Monroe 51-3. Arch Manning had his first collegiate start. Kenny was still hurt on the bench. 15-29, just over 50%, 258 yards, 2 touchdowns, but also 2 interceptions. He could have had probably close to 400 yards, but he had quite a few misses. So lackluster start, I'd say, but definitely room to grow. He will be starting next week against Mississippi State. It will be Texas' first SEC game. They want to make sure Ewers is 100%. Don't want to sort of waste him on the worst team in the SEC, Mississippi State. Save him for the Red River rivalry, which I think is a smart decision. I think Arch Manning is going to do better next week, and Texas will thrash Mississippi State and probably beat them by 30-plus points. Yeah, on Blue, back from injury as well. He had 25 carries, 124 yards. Texas is a powerhouse on offense and a powerhouse on defense. UL Monroe had 100 yards, 101 yards at the half. They got 11 in the second half, or 10. Texas allowed 10 yards in the second half on defense. This defense, again, they're playing UL Monroe, and General Booty, actually, who played was the backup at Oklahoma third string, now plays at UL Monroe, and he's garbage. But Texas defense is unreal this year. Marshall and Ohio State. Marshall actually scored first, and then after that, it was just a blowout, 49-14. Georgia Southern and Ole Miss, 52-13. Not surprising that Jackson Dart, one of the Heisman favorites. I would have said it was Quinn Ewers, but with Quinn Ewers being out with 2 games, we'll see what happens if Quinn Ewers can stay healthy for the rest of the year and bring Texas to undefeated season and have a great year. Because I really think Quinn Ewers could still win the Heisman despite missing 2 games. Tennessee and Oklahoma. This game was not as close as it seems. 10-point game, but Tennessee was thrashing these dudes all night long. Oklahoma, Jackson Arnold had like 3 interceptions, and he's now benched. Oklahoma has a good defense, but I fully expecting Texas to thrash Oklahoma in the Red River rivalry. Really am. Tennessee looking very strong, though. Very strong indeed. Vanderbilt nearly beat Missouri. They went 2-2. They started off 2-0. They lost 2 straight. But to take 7 Missouri to overtime, Missouri hangs on. This is kind of a questionable game, though, because if they're struggling to beat Vanderbilt, they do not have a chance against the topper tier SEC teams. Despite, on paper, Missouri is supposed to be even better this year. Miami continues their dominance. Cam Ward, in my opinion, the clear favorite for the Heisman, 404 yards, 3 touchdowns. 50-15 against in-state team South Florida. Kent State is like one of the worst teams in the nation. They haven't won a game yet. 56-0. No surprise there. Trojans of USC and Michigan. Actually, this was, in my opinion, not as close as it should have been. Michigan had a great running game, and they had like 373 yards rushing. Trojans lose again, which I do not mind whatsoever. Utah and Oklahoma State. This one was really close. Cam Rising still out, but the freshman Wilson is putting up a clinic and showing that he is the future of Utah Utes football. And Utah beats Oklahoma State 22-19, a very close nail-biter. Utah remains undefeated, and in my opinion, the best team in the Big 12. This is crazy. Kansas State and BYU. BYU thrashes Kansas State who 13th in the nation, one of the teams people think might be in the top four or in the playoffs, just got blown out by BYU, who is now undefeated. BYU even had a 90-yard punt return. It was insane. I think their quarterback Avery Johnson had like 3 interceptions or 2 interceptions. So Kansas State is shaking its head. They got to figure it out, because if this is any indication, they might lose. They might not even be the top 5 team in the Big 12, and may not be in the top 25 at the end of the season. Not gonna lie. UCLA and LSU 34-17. UCLA definitely one of the bottom tier Power 5 teams, and never really been good from my memory. At least that I've been alive. Probably one of the worst Power 5 teams in the entire nation, and they get beat handily by LSU. Notre Dame 28-3 against Miami, Ohio. Another team that has yet to win a game. No surprise there. Riley Leonard had 156 yards passing and 243 yards rushing. That's pretty impressive. Georgia Tech and Louisville 31-19. Remember, Georgia Tech was ranked and have now lost 2 in a row. Louisville remains undefeated. Arkansas State versus Iowa State. No shock there. Arkansas State's never been a good football team. 52-0 slaughter. Iowa State also undefeated. Clemson and NC State. Clemson pulls away 59-35. They're looking a lot better than the past couple of years. I will say that. Looking a lot better. In a weak ACC, they might still run the table. Who knows? Northern Illinois, after being ranked for the first time in school history, get beat by Buffalo 23-20 in overtime. Unfortunate. Texas A&M, Bowling Green, another one of the worst teams in the entire nation. 26-20. I just don't get how A&M has all this money, all this hype, and they still just suck every year. Another game we want to look at, though, that honestly is the best game of the year, is right here. Overtime. Colorado and Baylor. Colorado, Hail Mary. Scherzer Sanders, not to what's his name? Travis Hunter. To another receiver, catches it into overtime. They score. Baylor's coming in, about to score a touchdown in rushing yards. Travis Hunter versus running back 1-on-1. Travis Hunter goes low, pops the ball out. The ball falls out as he's going to the end zone, and the ball bounces out of the end zone the other side. Game over, Colorado. Miraculous comeback. Crazy. What a game. Colorado. Here's the thing. Regardless of your opinion on Colorado, they have given us some of the best games in college football history. Last year, Colorado State. This year, this game right here. TCU that first year. They've had so many close games where they just still win. And so, see what they do for season Big 12. It's going to be tough for Colorado, but they might pull out some upsets. Let's go ahead and check out Week 5. It's going to be some big games. Virginia Tech and Virginia Tech and Miami. Virginia Tech had some hype this season. People thought they might finish the season ranked. They're 2-2. They stink. Blowout game right here. Kentucky, Ole Miss, blowout game. Minnesota, Michigan, blowout game. Oklahoma State, Kansas State. I think Oklahoma State will get the win after what we just saw happen to Kansas State. Maybe they're not that good of a team. They've fallen tremendously. BYU is now ranked versus Baylor. That should be a blowout. Baylor sucks. Wisconsin, USC, that might be closer than people expect. Louisville and Notre Dame. This is going to be a good game right here, for sure. Don't even know who I root for. Oklahoma and Auburn. Auburn, one of the worst teams in the SEC. However, you never know what's going to happen. Arkansas and A&M. Historic rivalry. Going to be at AT&T Stadium. I think Arkansas could pull out this win here. I really, really do. Mississippi State and Texas. This should be a blowout. Ohio State, Michigan State, also a blowout. Stanford and Clemson, also a blowout. Iowa State and Houston, a blowout. Game of the week, Georgia and Alabama. This is the first time for Alabama since 2015 that they will play a game in the regular season as the underdog. That is insane. And honestly, I'm kind of rooting for Alabama to pull off the upset. I really am. Illinois and Penn State, this might be a bit closer than expected. You never know what's going to happen in Illinois pull up the upset. You'll see that South Alabama blowout. Boise State finally ranked as they deserve. Washington State has not lost yet. They might lose here. They're the best running back in the nation right here. Arizona, Utah. Arizona no longer ranked. We thought they're going to have a better year, but let's see if they can pull out a huge upset. Never know. Oregon, UCLA, this should be a blowout. Let's go ahead and go to the rankings. Texas still sitting at number 1. Georgia at number 2. Ohio State at 3. So in the top 7, SC still has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 7. Meanwhile, the Big Ten has 1. No, sorry. In the top 10, they have 3. Pretty impressive. Utah, Missouri, Michigan, USC, LSU, Louisville, Notre Dame, Clemson, Iowa State, Illinois, Oklahoma State down 6. Michigan jumped up 6. Missouri dropped down 4 after that close game. Louisville dropped up 4. Illinois is up 5 after that good win. BYU obviously not ranked. Boise State not ranked. Kansas State dropped 10. Washington State just outside, still undefeated. Indiana just outside. Boston College, UNLV, Pittsburgh, Nebraska. Not too bad. That is the week 4. Excited for week 5 coming up. Leave your score predictions down below. Like the video if you enjoyed. Subscribe for more content. Got some awesome NCAA Football 25 football game videos coming up. One of the craziest endings I've ever seen in a game versus San Diego State. So be sure to go watch that if you haven't. That was actually the one that's going to be uploaded today. So if you look at the video right before this, during this day on Tuesday, go check out that video, watch the crazy ending. You should enjoy it. Anyways, that's it for this video. Again, leave a like, subscribe for more content. This is C3 signing out, and as always, stay frosty.